All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is a Leo full moon. You see it right there in the picture. Video forecast on the fly, impromptu for all 12 zodiac signs. Let's get right into it. The forecast. What are the things closing out in the Leo sector of your chart? Do refer to where Leo is in your chart for a deeper understanding. Obviously, you could check me for a one-on-one reading. Again, now let's do this without further ado. Got this moon in the background. I think it's beautiful. We have Aries. Aries coming up in the 5th house. All right, just to start off the show. What's coming to a close for you? The moon is ruling your 4th house, step 1. So with it ruling your 4th house, how do you take time away for yourself to introspect and to come to a deeper peace? Really has been shown to you as you come to a close in a space in the area of your id, ego, and superego, right? So you're looking right now at what are your primal and basic instincts that you need for survival. And then you're looking at how can you get those from other people, all right? How you get those and how all of what I just said is coming to full illumination is by actually taking time for yourself, Aries. That's ultimately what you need to do more than anything. And then people will start to support you. That's when people will start to see you as a shining light, the one that you really are. All right, Aries? Okay, so Taurus, we're going to move into your forecast. Taurus, the moon is ruling your 3rd house, all right, as you hit the thumbs up and the like button. The moon is ruling your 3rd house, but it's transiting your 4th house. Okay, so here's the trick, Taurus. What's coming to a close for you? For you, certain superficial communications and ways in which your schedule takes away your inner peace is likely being shifted and altered, potentially even closed out, Taurus. Okay, something in your day-to-day life, something in the ways in which you have been scheduling, as well as just maybe you also just finding now that for your mind to have more rest in a way that's superficial is to take more walks in the park, take more walks inside of nature, as the 4th house is ruling your house, Taurus, for this Leo full moon. I think that this will be something that ultimately. Okay, now I'm getting a different message and now it's coming in. There's some changes happening in the home. So Taurus, you might actually benefit on this little full moon if you have family and having some tough times with family. In order for you to fully be yourself, it will be very beneficial for you to change the equipment in your room, to change the equipment in your house. You might be moving something on your altar, making things decluttered. All right, Taurus. So this is what this full moon looks like when it comes to you just being more courageous within your family dynamics. Change your immediate environment and it will reflect the changes happening in your family life. Gemini, the moon is ruling your 2nd house. Okay, Gemini. So this is the house of your physical body, your resources that you are able to share. Something might be closing out in your monies. All right, what's going on, Jasmina? Something in your monies might actually be closing out. Gemini, a way you used to make money might be fully closing. You're in the process of changing your mind. I feel like you probably, Gemini, were a little stuck prior about like how you can make money, how you can accumulate resources, how you can accumulate things that are actually beneficial for you. Ultimately, Gemini, what I'm hearing is, with the moon running your 3rd house, there's been a certain fixed mindset, and that mindset has likely hurt you somehow, some way, and it's likely you just being too stubborn. And so, Gemini, use your mutable energy. Like, this is what you do. Like, you mutate, right? Like, you change your mind. Realize that you could change your mind, Gemini. And if and when you do, this full moon would likely take some friends. It'll change your schedule. It'll close out an old agenda, old routine system of how you used to do X, Y, and Z, and you're going to just feel better about it. All right, Gemini. So here we go, Leo. No, I'm sorry, Cancer, my bad. Cancer. Obviously, the moon is ruling your 1st house, right? So the 1st house, the house of self, your personality. What is the new form of identity coming through for you, Cancer? Like, when you really feel into what makes you feel bright, light, happy, but as well as regal. The Gemini full moon is closing out things in this area, an old identity of yours, and likely is trying to tell you to like check your ego somewhere at the door. Okay, if and when you do, what you'll find is your natural instincts, your natural abilities to channel, your natural abilities to express your psychism is going to enhance. This is really what I'm getting, like your psychic ability, your psychism, your mediumship, your ability to be able to channel messages from the divine, from other worlds, is going to ultimately come through you and your physical body in a new way, where others will start to see you as the spiritual being that you really are, Cancer. And more than that, you're going to start to attract riches, things, the home at a foundational level that will start to, it's time to follow your intuition. But right now, like what's happening, Cancer, is like your shell has been dropped. It has been reinvigorated. And what's happening is, again, you're finding being stubborn with what it looks like is not as important as what it feels like. All right. And so I want to go ahead and say that's for you, Cancer, and hopefully you do enjoy that. Leo, here's what we got going on for you. Hey, what's going on? Black, educated, and pretty. Good evening. Scorpio rising, here for it. Got it. I see you. Hit the thumbs up and the likes button, ladies and gentlemen. All right, here we go. So we have and do know that this is a special live feature for everybody watching, because generally the comments are turned off on these lives at this point for members only. So this is an impromptu, just for like being charitable. Leo is this charitable energy. My Jupiter is in Leo, and it's like, okay, let's come out here for the charity. So Leo is on you right now, right? The moon is ruling your 12th house. All right. Thank you for hitting that thumbs up. I see you. I appreciate it. The moon is in your 12th house, Leo. All right. Obviously in the first house, okay, your primal instincts are going through a makeover. Okay. How you have protected yourself as well as how you have protected your dreams is going through a makeover, right, Leo? You're looking at your dream world, the dreamscape, the astral planes, and you've been given many insights on what to release about your ego self. And when I say ego, what I mean is like you're a very willful person, and you have a lot of pride in your projects and your creative activities. And that pride is very beneficial, very helpful. Depending on where it's at, it could be harmful, but I feel in this moment it's very beneficial and helpful. But the moon ruling your 12th house, and this being a full moon, which you see right here above me, right? This full moon is asking you to release the parts of your ego that doesn't allow you to work with the super ego. And the super ego is something that serves and understands the needs and benefits of others. So Leo, like you are coming into the primal needs of what you really need, and you're now looking at how can you get what you need from others, but you're not doing it from a selfish point anymore. You're being asked to do it from a universal standpoint, a universal viewpoint. And the universal viewpoint is really coming from the place of, well, what do other people need? And how can I get my needs met while meeting their needs at the same time? And if that's out of balance, then Leo, this is going to be a harder full moon for you as a fixed sign. If that's in balance, then you're going to easily walk into this new self. All right, Leo, everybody watching, hit the thumbs up and the likes button. I appreciate that. Virgo risings, Virgo sun. Here we go. Okay, so the moon is running your, is ruling your 11th house. So the 11th house is a really good place for the moon, because the moon is the people when the 11th house is the people. So Virgo, with the moon here, you naturally know how to serve the people. You naturally know how to serve everybody. Now, with that being said, what's difficult is happening in the 12th house, you might find yourself coming to a close on certain victim narratives. Like, poor me amongst my friends, and the ways in which I network with others has turned out like blah, 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 right? Virgo, what's being asked of you with this Leo full moon, you're being asked to release the ways in which you serve people that is out of alignment. The way you serve your communities and your groups that is making you sick, whether physically, emotionally. I feel physically and psychologically for you, but a lot of this will then result in an emotional sickness where, I would say check your pancreas, check your small intestines. And what I mean by check that, if you don't know what I mean by that, first off, this is your 12th house transit in Leo. So this is about learning how to use your physical hands, Virgo being the hands, to actually heal your physical body. So for me, this would be like Tai Chi healing. So Virgo, like you're the perfect person. Like check out our membership. Every bi-weekly, we're doing Tai Chi healing. And there are certain sounds that are related to certain organs in the body, right? I'll give you a hint. For you, it's whoo. Hey, what's going on, Murph? I appreciate you being one of the members checking in live. Like I said, I'm making my lives only for members on YouTube now. This is an impromptu, so this is a free gimme for everybody. All right, so I want to say thank you, Murph, for being here as one of our members. Everybody hit the thumbs up and the likes button. I only see 1 thumbs up, but 5 people watching. So come on, don't be stingy, bro. I'm out here giving free forecasts. Hit that thumbs up. You feel me? So thank you, Murph. I appreciate you for being here. So Virgo, this is really what it's kind of coming to. Like, you have the ability to heal. You have the ability to heal with your hands. But there's a lot of psychoanalyzation that goes on that stops you from having emotional connections with these 11th house resources, the 11th house gains that you are able to collect. But you can't do it if you don't have the proper boundaries, Virgo. Okay, Virgo. So if you set up the proper boundaries, stop playing victim boo-hoo mode, ultimately Leo is going to reward you in the biggest possible way, because the 12th house will say, hey, look, we're taking some stuff from you. Some of these physical things that you once had, we're taking them. Some of these groups and networks that you had, we're taking them. You were part of this group, you were part of that group, you were part of this group. Okay, we're taking away 5 of these groups, and we're going to only leave 1 to 2, maybe 3, whatever. These are the only ones that's remaining. And so if you don't get overly obsessed about what was taken from you, you'll be very happy by what is waiting for you to bless you. Okay, that's what's happening for you, Virgos. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up and the likes button. We got Libra coming in, Libra rising, Libra suns. Okay, the moon is running your 10th house. Big work on the career space. But the fact that the South Node is still running through your house, Libra, this is something you really got to pay attention to. So what is it taking away, right? How did you used to climb the social ladder in the professional, in your professional field, right? You want to be known for something. What do you want to be known for? The full moon in Leo is saying, look, you want to be known for something that makes you feel light and bright, right? You want to be known for something that makes you feel like a star, that makes you feel regal. So the key thing is, if something doesn't make you feel everything that I just listed, then step 1, these things need to close out, all right? You're needed to look at life and how to do and use your, look at that, 11th house transit, your 11th house, how to do and use your connections, okay? Libra, you are somebody who naturally understands the needs of other people, right? This is one of your superpowers. You understand the needs of other people. The question now is, are you willing to let go of understanding the needs of other people, but then not having your own personal needs met? Libra, this is one of the key, because Leo is more of the selfish sign, and it's more the ego that mediates between your primal needs, or the id, as well as the needs of others, or the super ego. And the ego is the one that mediates from the id. And so it's saying, like, the id is your primal needs. Can you wipe away what those primal needs were from an old career, from an old form of gaining status, an old form of climbing a ladder, an old form of being known for something? Can you let those things go, Libra? If and when you do, what's happening is you have a completely new, wild facet of a lot of people who want to support you. Because why? You know how to support them. But by you now supporting yourself and loving yourself and finding a sense of self-acceptance, as well as extreme willpower, you almost have to go, you know, further on the other side and be like extreme with, this is what I need. This is what I want. My want right now is my need, and my need is my want right now. And now the groups and the connections that are waiting to pour into your cup are going to respect you more. And respect is a very potent currency. Okay, respect is a currency for you that's worth more in the social realms than money itself, Libra. So focus there, let go of the things let go of the people, the things, and the careers, and the people in your careers, and the people who were once filling your cup that don't respect you. Let them go and watch something better happen. All right. Hit the thumbs up and a likes button if you're in this. Thank you. This is an impromptu 12 rising signs video for Leo full moon. What we got? Scorpio, the moon is ruling your 9th house, okay? So it's the house of fathers. It's the house of higher learning, you know, learning something that is very unique, learning something that from a cultural standpoint is different than your own, Scorpio, right? What are you learning? Now, look at the areas of Leo in your chart, Scorp. And from a Scorpio rising, I saw somebody in here with a Scorpio rising. Look in the areas of your chart, Scorpio. Excuse me. And then look at Leo, right? And then Leo says to you, Scorpio, Scorpio, I'm having a hard time with this right now. First off, So what this is kind of telling me is time to be a little more optimistic, because right now, like, the channel is already blocked, right, Scorp? The channel is already blocked. So it's like, what are you hiding? That's step one. The Leo full moon is going to shine light in the area, and the moon is right there above me. You see that big white star? The moon is trying to shine light, but if you stay private and you don't allow yourself to be sensitive with your passions, you don't allow your passions to be emotionally charged, to essentially let go, right? The full moon is always asking us to let go, right? Okay, I understand now. I understand. So first off, stop being shy with letting go of the belief. What is sifting through your mind and solid in your heart, okay, and blocking you because of this attachment? Because Scorpio, you're a fixed sign and Leo's a fixed sign. I feel this is about a belief in God, a belief in a higher power, being stuck. I just had to deprogram this third eye, and it started happening. This is about a belief in God. This is a higher power, okay, Scorpio? Like, as a Scorpio rising, I'm almost frustrated that this was so difficult to let the channel come through. So really what I'm getting is there's a certain stubbornness, you know? If I think about myself, I was stubborn on making these 12 rising sign videos, right? I was like, nah, I don't want to do 12 rising signs. Everybody's doing 12 rising signs. Everybody's doing forecasts for the 12. And, you know, the stubborn part of me didn't allow me to serve, didn't allow me to be selfless, and doing it because people needed it, right? Doing it as a part of my career, right? This is the 10th house transit for you. This is a part of my career. YouTube is a part of my career. Like, I only do YouTube. Like, YouTube is my only job. Like, there's no side job. There's no side chick. There's no side nothing. Like, there's a focus and dedication in this area. So the key thing with the moon is a changeable and fluctuating planet, right? It changes. So Scorpio, this is a good place with the moon owning you to allow your beliefs to change, allow your beliefs to guide it to change. Go ahead and study something that's worth studying. Study something that is beneficial to your image, as well as how you want to show up, what you want to be reputable for, what you want to be the best at, Scorpio. What do you want to be the best at, right? If you want to be the best at something, you got to study. So if I look at it for myself, like, I took on an astrology mentor. I'm an astrologer. If I look at it, I've known astrology from hella past lives, but the 10th house is a karmic house. I'm saying this as Scorpio rising. So, like, I'm studying different facets of astrology that I've never been taught. You feel me? I'm studying this in this space. Like, I have father figures that are teaching me the hidden occult factors of astrology. And a lot of that at the 10th house is to become the best. The number one. 10th house is being number one. Number one. I want to eat, breathe, sleep, and poop astrology for breakfast, lunch, dinner. And be the best. You feel me? That's the kind of energy. But in order to be the best, you know, you got to learn from somebody you respect, somebody you revere, somebody you feel really knows their stuff, somebody who can teach you the hidden insights, right? That's your confirmation, Scorpio. All right? You're not going to go nowhere unless you take on a mentor, Scorpio risings. All right, hit the thumbs up and the likes button. Sagittarius, I see my boy Murph here. I got to put a little extra sauce, all right, for one of our YouTube members. Thank you for being here. Like I said before, live chats will be shut down for people outside of YouTube membership. I'm just saying it out loud. Today's an impromptu. It's a special charitable moment, all right? On this Leo full moon, which you see right here. That's the moon. Look at that moon. It's so beautiful. It's like, oh, it's white now. It was yellow earlier, but whatever. It had this yellow wolf. All right, so Sagittarius, here we go. The moon's ruling your 8th house, okay? Very occult house, very psychological house, a house of research, a house of deep passions, right? All those things might be shifting and changing for you. All right, because again, the moon fluxes, but Leo is still fixed. All right, so this is something that's important to know. Leo is fixed. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up button. Everybody else, Thank you for whoever shot there, shooting the comments out. I can't see your name from this far, but Scorpio rising, here we go. So, I'm sorry. Sagittarius rising, Sagittarius sun, here we go. So again, occult house, research house, deep passion house, right? But the moon in Leo for you is ruling the transit of your 9th house. So Sagittarius, what I'm getting is, it's time to start some mantras, Sagittarius, right? Om Shram Srim Sram Sahat. Om Bram Brim Bram Sahat Budai Namahan. Right? Kram Krim Kram Sahat. Surya, right? Like these speaking in tongues, right? You ever met somebody in church who is speaking in tongues? I think that might be a black thing. I don't know. You know, speaking light language. Sagittarius, you're getting ready to, there's some sort of a spiritual language, a occult language, a language of the lost arts, hidden arts that's calling your name. I just said a couple different mantras from Sanskrit, right? You know, starting to learn the names of gods, starting to learn the names of deities that have been lost in history. Surya, Buddha, Brihaspati, right? And this is just some from Sanskrit. And I only know this for myself because I have a Sagittarius rising. And it's like I've been learning different, dissecting different Sanskrit tablets and understanding the words where, you know, there'll only be 6 words, but the meaning is worth 1,000, right? So there's some hidden occult knowledge coming through for you, Sagittarius, and it's time for you to start speaking this language. I was in the park the other day and I was speaking light language. I was just singing. And it's like, that just came through me. What's the translation? You can only really get that by feeling it, you know. It's something so deep within you, Sag. And this Leo and Sag, these are 2 fire energies. These are the closest element to heaven. Fire in the angelic hierarchy is the closest element to the akasha, the etheric space. So it doesn't have to make sense to everybody, but you have to get deeply obsessed with it in your research and study hard. Whatever the space, I just named a couple: light language, Sanskrit, whatever. Mantras. I really feel mantras was the first one that, like, you know, and even if it's not some hidden language, which I feel it is a hidden language for you, Sagittarius, start speaking mantras even in English, you know, whatever they are. Say your mantras on that daily. I am a light body. Okay. I am a light body. My channels are open for the divine. I am a light body. My channels are open for the divine. I am a light body. My channels are open for the divine. Something like this on repetition will be very much beneficial for you, Sag. All right, here we go. Capricorn, we got you. Capricorn risings. Hit the thumbs up and the likes button if you're here. Again, like I said, it's probably one of the last few lives. It's an impromptu. If you're not a member, you won't be able to be in the comments. You won't be able to get this feedback personally, but I'm expanding out. Capricorn rising, here we go. Where moon is running your 7th house. You like this. This is a business house. This is why Caps, a lot of ways, are very intellectual in their business endeavors, and Cap moons are a little cut off from the emotional process because you have earth and you have air, and it's like there's no water there, right? Like air can dry out water when it's only about earth. But what is nice is for you to be sharp and understand the needs of other people. This is why Capricorn moons understand the needs of other people. It's because the moon rules your 7th house. This is a house of projections. This is why Capricorn is a projective sign. Libra is a projective sign. So the people that you meet and the contracts you meet, the thing is, what's closing for you and Leo, right? A deep passion. I would even say an intimacy for Capricorn risings, Capricorn suns. Wow, that just came out. I know some. You know, you might be having a relationship really die out for you. You might be having somebody leaving your life. If it was a non-committal romance, it's definitely done right about now. Okay? Like, if you were just out here having sex with somebody, but you know you weren't connected with them at a deeper level than the superficial, then it might be closing out for you. All right? Murph, I appreciate you about the mantra. I studied them a lot. Yeah, it's time to like put them in action. Okay, Liquid Fire Joni, I like that. I like you. I like your name, Liquid Fire Joni. Time to put them in action. Everybody hit the thumbs up and the likes button. Appreciate it. So Capricorn, you know, the moon might be asking for you, like, you know, for you to feel emotionally safe, you need a really deep connection. Somebody that's not afraid of your traumas. Somebody that's not afraid of your pain, right? Somebody that's not afraid of you being angry, you expressing your emotion, you expressing that you're enraged. That doesn't mean you need to take the rage out on the person, but you can express that. It also could say something as simple as you may be coming to full complete closure about you know, what are the kind of art projects that you feel deeply passionate about? What are the business projects you feel deeply passionate about? Pluto just ran through you, right? So it's like Pluto and Capricorn probably got you all twisted right now, depending on where your degree's at, right? But and again, we're still finishing up some of this Capricorn energy. I think Mars is still in Capricorn, so at this time, Capricorn, what I'm feeling is like you're coming to that closure on, you know, why. I feel like understanding the deeper understanding and reasons of why you're so committed to what you're committed to, and understand that it needs to be contributing to all the areas of your life, and that your relationships need to be something solid for you, something that you feel comfortable marrying, not marrying from the superficial purpose, but marrying beyond the first steps of my wife looks good, or, you know, this business partnership looks good. The reality is just like, does it intensely feel good, right? Do you intimately feel close to this connection, whatever it is? That's a yes or a no. And it's time to get real grounded and earthly about that, like you like, and get real cutthroat, all right? Hit the thumbs up, hit the likes button. Like I said, it's probably the last live where people will be able to comment, so get them in if you're not a member on YouTube. There's obviously also my memberships off YouTube where we get deep. Like that one's off. It's not on YouTube, but we meet bi-weekly. We get deep. All right, I'm gonna leave it there for now. Aquarius, here we go. The moon is ruling your 6th house. Co-workers, enemies, open enemies are in the 7th house from Capricorn, but Aquarius, these are where the enemies start to form. A lot of these enemies are in the mind. Okay, so Aquarius moons have a lot of mental sabotage that happens, especially with your dreams. You get really fantasy driven about what the perfect coworker is like, what the perfect routine is, the closure. Now you're in opposition, right? Moon is opposite of you, Aquarius, so it's asking you to fuse and blend two separate parts of who you are, right? And what the world projects back to you. Because the moon is still running your 7th house. So it's ruling your 6th house, right? But it's running your 7th house of other people, the projections you face, okay? What you find fair and just. So if you're in a romantic relationship that wasn't fair, that wasn't balanced out, this could be ending. This could be closing. You might be ending that out. Especially if it's the early degrees, okay? This could be a marriage being destroyed if it was not pure. If it was not pure, that's really what it's about. If it was pure, then it could be transforming for the better. It could be transforming into something more potent, stronger, something that begins to expand its reach, expand through connections. Political. I'm getting political. I'm getting, you know, big brands wanting to support your vision, Aquarius, depending on who you are. The question is, how do you deal with the mind and your emotions and your physical body? This is the key, Aquarius. Your mind, your emotions, your physical body. Have you been angry? The full moon could be asking you in your relationships with your enemies, how you deal with them. Have you been angry? And have you been expressing that anger somehow? Have you been clearly communicating what boundaries need to be put in play, as well as what you need from a selfish level in order to continue to support? All right, Pisces, here we go. Pisces, the moon is ruling your 5th house. Okay, so fluctuating. Pisces moon could really fluctuate in their identity. It could really fluctuate from their ego needs and how they get their needs from other people. This could be a closure of getting your needs from other people in a delusional manner, getting your needs from other people, you know, based in fantasy about what it should be like, what you think it looks like, and starting to clean up the mind, clean up your speech, to no longer speak, Pisces, negatively with your partnerships, within your romances, negatively speak about your creative projects. I'm kind of getting like to stop complaining, you know, in some way, shape, or form, Pisces. Whether that's silently, whether it's in your own mind, whether it's in your own dream, whether it's actually out loud to people, which I feel like it could be. You could be expressively speaking this out loud to people. But, you know, it's time to honestly speak more positively, speak with more faith. Like, and maybe you speak with faith, but like, are your actions showing that you believe in your faith, that you believe in what you're saying, that you believe in the positive message? Or are you just saying that because, you know, I'm telling you that's what will work well for you? Pisces, at the end of the day, especially in your romance, I'm telling you, like, you do not, what could be, Leo could be closing out, do not speak negatively about the people you work with. Do not let negative energy come out of you. Do not channel negative energy. If you're working as a tarot reader, an astrologer, and you have these Pisces energy, channel the more positive message. Stop channeling in ways that make people stay in weak narratives. Channel in ways that make them feel strong, that give them more willpower, Pisces. If you're in the spiritual spaces and you are a mentor somehow, some way, you are somebody that people look up to as a masculine figure. I know you're a feminine sign, but when I say masculine figure, I'm saying someone that people come to for clarity, right? And that they gain that masculine clarity from your channel message. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is me, this is you, this is the Leo full moon impromptu. I want to say I love you. I appreciate you for being here. 31 on screen. If you're still here, hit the thumbs up and likes button. Again, it's an impromptu message. I appreciate you. That is the full moon right there. Say hello. It inspired me to do this impromptu, and I want to say I love you. I appreciate you. If you want to see more of this with some tarot pulls, let me know and I'll get it in. Ciao.